welcome to Playbook Pundits. We're heading toward the end of the regular season here. A couple weeks left, or 1 week left for the large schools in Iowa after this week. But heading into the playoffs, any general observations, Logan, for heading into the playoffs here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited, especially in the outside of the Metro. We got a lot of Class 1A and 8-player teams that are doing really well, especially a matchup that I was able to be at last week with Hinton and OABCIG.
Sure. What were some takeaways from that game?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty close going into halftime, but then Hinton gets 3 interceptions in the second half off Bryson Kohler and Gabe Anderson, Brogan Lake, both with rushing touchdowns there. OABCIG makes it a little bit more interesting towards the end, but Hinton gets a big win, moves up in the Class 1A rankings.
Yeah. Where do you see those teams playing out in the playoffs, or how far do you think they can make it?
Well, I hope at some point I'm able to watch them again. And it was pretty awesome to see Jax DeJean play. Bryson Kohler and him connected 10 times for 65 yards. I think, if anything, though, Hinton might get the edge out again. Their defense looked really solid, obviously, with the 3 interceptions, but both offenses just really fun to watch.
We both had Thursday night games last week, too. What do you remember about Thursday night?
On Thursday night, I was with Lamar's, and they had, I believe it was Roosevelt, So Lamar's just looking really solid. They're getting things going towards the end of this regular season. Their run game obviously looking really good, and it was really interesting to see them play again this year.
And then this week I had the Athlete of the Week, is Unity Christian's Addison Liston. Cross-country runner that's really coming on and is going on to Dort. Dort's a hugely successful cross-country and track program, so an area runner that we'll get to see continue on here at an area college. How about this upcoming week? Where are you going this week there, Logan?
Yeah, so East is going to host Ames when they come back into town. It's going to be really interesting to see if East can get their 3rd straight win of the year and kind of keep themselves in contention to be one of the 16 teams to get a spot in the Class 5A playoffs. Cal Jepson, Loudon Grimsley, of course, always some guys you're going to want to watch out for. Jepson's been one of the top passers in 5A, and Grimsley's been one of the best receivers. Ames is, they have a 1-6 record, but the last 2 games have been 1-score games. And you look back at last year's matchup, it was a 1-score game with East last year. So, East can't look to drop this game, especially when they're looking to continue in the postseason.
Yep, and I'll be at Heelan and Sergeant Bluff-Luton. It's probably the biggest game between those schools in a long, long time. Just 1 loss between them. Heelan dropped its game against East, but otherwise that is it. They're both undefeated in district, I should say, and both ranked top 4 in Class 3A in Iowa. So it should be just a great matchup. SBL has Xavier Ellington kind of leading the way for the rushing attack. Isaiah Jervik, dual threat quarterback, and Bo Kudum at running back. They don't throw a lot, but on the other side, Heelan's throwing a little more now that Noah Conley's gotten healthy as quarterback, but they lean heavily on Kason Thomas and Avery Favors out of the backfield. And so we're just looking for a very physical and very close and really exciting game there on Friday night. So we'll see you out there.